Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my wish list for 2022. And that will include not only fragrances, but also makeup and skincare products, and also some habits and life changes that I want to apply in this new year. I will also reevaluate my wish list for 2021 and see what did I manage to do and what did I not, and why, and is it worth it or not. So if you want to know all about that, then please keep on watching. So you may ask yourself, why is it that I want to share my wish list? Okay, first of all, we all know when you share what you want to achieve, it's kind of a way for you to achieve it, because you know that everybody knows that you want to do that, so you will push yourself. This is a part of it. Another part is also because you will get an idea how my YouTube channel will go forward, because many things that will be on my wish list are fragrances or arguments that I am going to go through in the coming year. And also it's a way for me to know if it's worth it to try some things, because I love to chat with you guys. So please feel free to go in the comments down below and tell me, what do you think about my wish list, and what would you recommend for me to add to it, and what did not work out for you. So without further ado, let's start. But before beginning, as usual, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances, but I do a little bit of skincare, makeup and lifestyle in general. So if this is your thing, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also go and follow me on Instagram, where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. So let's start by reflecting on the fragrances that I wanted to buy in 2020. And looking at the list, I've actually bought most of them. And the ones that I did not buy are fragrances that or I found a better alternative of, or are not so interesting anymore for me. So I did buy Yves Saint Laurent Cinema, but I didn't like it. It's not a bad fragrance in any way, shape or form. It's a classy, elegant, signature-worthy scent, but it's not for me. I also bought Dolce & Gabbana, the Only One Intense. That one I did try just at the end of 2020, just before the lockdown, and I couldn't test it on my skin, so I kind of blind bought it. And although I find the scent nice, but it did not work again for me. It's a little bit screechy. It has this sharpness again that a lot of designer fragrances have, that I don't like. And the coconut note was quite strange, at least to my nose. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I didn't. So overall, I decluttered that fragrance, but I have a full review on it. If you want to watch it, I will leave it linked down below. Then I wanted Acqua di Parma Fico di Amalfi. That one I already have in my collection and I love it. It's one of the best fig fragrances. Then I have Chanel Coco, and that one I did not buy, but I did test it because I have the original Coco Eau de Parfum, the vintage one, and that fragrance is totally different to the diluted nothing that is now on the market. So I decided not to buy it. Then I had Elisa Bleu Parfum. That one I did buy and I regret buying it. I was trying so hard to love this fragrance and it's just not for me. Orange Blossom is not for me, and I have to stop convincing myself that I love it. Then I have Hugo Boss Alive. At that time it was the Eau de Parfum. That one I'm not interested in anymore. It's a nice fragrance, but yeah, I'm over it. And then we have Givenchy L'Interdit Intense that comes in the black bottle. That one was also a new release at that time. I think I considered it the best release in 2020. However, now we have the L'Interdit Rouge, and I personally prefer the Rouge one to L'Interdit Intense. Also, the intense version is quite nice. Then I had some fragrances to try, and that includes Dior Poison Girl. that I already tested, and I have actually a decant of it, and I am still on the fence about it. I see the hype behind it, but I'm not convinced that it's for me. I still have to play with it. Ariana Cloud. Ariana Cloud for me is a big no. I can't see the hype behind this fragrance. I actually dislike it. Then we have Lancôme La Nuit Trésor à la Folie, and here it is. This I really like. It's overly vanilla, which is not exactly my type of fragrance, but it has this soft... You see, Lancôme fragrances, not like the one from the private collection, but their regular Lancôme version, almost the majority of them have this sharp, screechy notes that I don't like. I think it's the musk that they are using, I'm not sure, but it's not present here, and this is why I like it. It's also soft enough. It has this softness, powderiness in it that just works for me. Then we have the J'adore line. I wanted to test like the other flankers. I have the original one and I have the Infinissime one. And I did test some, but not all of them, and I was not really impressed. Still, the original one is my favorite. I wanted also to test Olympia. I did not like that one. This is not my vibe at all. Too sweet, too cloying. It's a suffocating fragrance for me, and definitely for this genre, I prefer vanilla vibes and other fragrances. Then we have Hugo Boss Deep Red. Spoiler alert, it's already in my collection. That fragrance I wanted to buy for the longest time. When it was first released, I think I was in the university at that time, and I was in love with it, and I don't know why I did not buy it. Suddenly I remembered it and I wanted to buy it, and yeah, now it's in my collection. It smells nothing like the original one. That one was a powerful fragrance. This is a diluted mess. Then we have Chloé Nomade Absolue. As you all know, I have now all three Chloé, so the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, and the Absolue version. Love them all. It's one of these fragrances that I used to hate and now I absolutely love. Then I wanted to try more from Tom Ford. I did, yes, but not to the extent that I want to. I got myself actually Tobacco Vanille. I tested also Jasmin Rouge, and I also bought Fleur de Portofino, which I absolutely love. Really, Tom Ford has a lot of fragrances, so of course I still have a lot to go through. Then I have Armani Privé, and that one I tested every fragrance from that line. It's my absolute favorite, and the one that I have the most fragrances of when it comes to private collections. And I saw the news about two others that are coming out this year, and they look stunning and I can't wait. And by the way, a video on Armani Privé is coming very soon, so stay tuned. Then I wanted to test more of Parfums de Marly, and that I did. Frances Kurkdjian, I did, but not all fragrances. Initio, I did, but also not all the fragrances. BDK, I tested all of their fragrances. I have a buying guide on Parfums de Marly and BDK. And for Initio, I am working on a buying guide on that brand. And then I had the goal not to spend too much on fragrances, but on discovery sets and subscription service. I did invest in discovery sets as subscription service, but I think last year was the worst when it comes to the amount of fragrances that I bought. So I would say a goal of this year, it would be not to spend too much on fragrances, but really do it. So this was my wish list for 2021. Here is my cat. Now let's go through the fragrances that I want to buy in 2022. If you look at my list, you will notice that I am going very hard now toward niche. So I have Miller Harris Scherzo on my wish list. This is a phenomenal fragrance, phenomenal. It's an oud rose combination, but done in such a classy, unique way. It's amazing. It's very classy, elegant, long lasting. It's just a work of art, really. So that one is on my wish list. Then I have Aran Hibiscus Palm. And that one actually, in theory, I already bought. Something happened, we don't know what, and it was never delivered and it can't be shipped again. They returned the money, but I bought that one. It was, I think, 30% off. And now they offered me a discount of 20% on any purchase. It's not such a big difference, but I am trying to find a reason not to spend so much money. So yeah, I don't know. This one is definitely on my wish list, but I want it at the same price that I initially bought it with. So I don't know about that. Hibiscus Palm is a beautiful tropical scent. Amazing scent. I first heard about this one from Josephine from Judy Rose, and I tested it and it's amazing. It's amazing summer tropical fragrance. Then we have Tuba Color from La Collection Privée from Christian Dior. Actually, fun fact, I was going to buy this one when I went last time, and instead I bought Vanilla Diorama, which was the new release. I love Vanilla Diorama, but definitely Tuba Color is still on my wish list. It's a beautiful, sweet, honeyed tobacco. Then, of course, I have some Memo fragrances on my wish list. Of course, if you are an old subscriber, you will know I am totally obsessed with that brand. So I have Luxor Oud, I have Inlay, Siwa, and I am on the fence about Tamarindo, should I include it or not. But these are definitely my wish list. Inlay, actually, I have a travel size of, but this is definitely a fragrance that I want a full bottle of. Luxor Oud and Siwa, I would say I can go with a travel size. I don't know if it's available also in travel size or not. As I'm from Parfums de Marly, I have on my wish list Carlyle and Delina La Rosée. And to be completely honest, I think I'm not going to buy either, because Delina La Rosée, although I really like it, but objectively I don't love it enough to pay that amount of money. And Carlyle, that one is amazing fragrance. I love Carlyle. It's a beautiful saffron, spicy, patchouli fragrance. Has this chocolatey feel in the dry down. It's an intoxicating, sexy fragrance. Totally unisex, by the way. But I think I prefer Initio Blessed Baraka to it. And I think I am going to do a comparison between the two, so stay tuned for that. Then a fragrance that I don't know if I would buy or not is the Serjoff Bouquet Ideal. I'm still on the fence about it, not because it's a bad fragrance, it's actually a beautiful fragrance. I really love it, but because I have in my husband's collection Kalimat from Arabian Oud, which is very similar. Then I have from Christian Louboutin, Louis Rouge. That one I discovered way back. I have a first impression of all the fragrances from Christian Louboutin, but I didn't upload it yet. But anyway, I fell in love with Louis Rouge, but I'm still a little bit on the fence about it, because sometimes I like it, sometimes I think it's not worth the price tag. So that one I am a little bit on the fence about. Now let's get to fragrances that I want to try. And I want definitely to try Sable Nuit from Armani Privé. I heard about that one at the beginning of 2021, but I didn't test it, so I am looking forward to test that one. Then I have 3 other fragrances from Christian Dior, or La Collection Privée from Christian Dior. Not that I want to test, but I want a tester of them because I am planning on a buying guide on all La Collection Privée. I'm working on it now for over a year, and I can't wait to do that, because also La Collection Privée from Christian Dior is an amazing collection. Then I want to test from Goldfield and Banks the new fragrance, Sunset something, I don't remember. Unfortunately, it's not available till now, here at least. Then there is the famous fragrance that everybody loves, and that is Mula Mula from Byron. The notes seem scary to me because it's not my vibe. It's too gourmand, or it looks like that. So I'm on the fence about that one. Then I have from Jules Mad, Stairway to Heaven and Nia. I heard about from Emmy's World of Fragrance, but I'm definitely more intrigued by Stairway to Heaven. It was done by Cécile Zaroukian, and I don't know, even reading the notes, it seems quite an interesting fragrance. I also want to test the rest of Amouage. I've tested almost the majority of the women collection, and I wanted to test the rest. I think I have still 5 or 6 that I didn't smell. So that was for all the fragrances that I wanted to test. Now let's get to brands that I want to discover. And I definitely want to discover more of Nobile 1942. I have La Danza delle Libellule, a beautiful gourmand apple pie fragrance. Totally in love with it. I also have a decant of Sentiero dell'Idee, which is totally different. It's more of a fresh citrusy fragrance, but I also like that one very, very much. Another niche brand that I want to discover is Penhaligon. Surprisingly, I did not smell any of the Penhaligon's fragrances. So that one is definitely on my wish list. Also by Kilian. Yes, shocking. I've never tested any of the by Kilians. And I don't know why, but I think because the majority of his fragrances don't appeal to me. So when people describe it, I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem like something that I would like. But I could be wrong, so let's test it and see. I definitely want to test more of Zerjov. I only scratched the surface when it comes to Zerjov, so I want to test more. Nishane is another brand that I am definitely intrigued to discover more of. I have tested Annie, I have a decant of it, and I like it, but not enough to buy it, if that makes any sense. Then my ultimate resolution for brands to discover in 2022 is Italian brands. I am here in Italy, so I should test more of Italian brands. Anyway, then I have some notes that I want to discover more fragrances of. Last year it was cherry or sour cherry, and I did dig a little bit in this note, but I discovered that it's very, very difficult to do a good sour cherry fragrance. The majority that I have tested did not work out for me. I still have to test Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. I did smell it, but it was so light, and I did test at that day a lot of fragrances, so I really can't say if I did like it or not. So I have to test it another time. I don't have like exactly notes, but combinations that I want to test more fragrances of, and that includes cinnamon and apple. It seems to be one of my favorite combination in fragrances, and also tobacco and honey. It seems like these two I enjoy very, very, very much. I forgot also a note that I want to discover more of is dried fruit. I discovered that I love dried fruits in fragrances, especially plum. Plum, for some reason, really shines on my skin, and fragrances that have plum note in them last longer on my skin than other people, which is quite surprising because usually fragrances don't last very long on me. So I want to test more of them. So this is my wish list when it comes to fragrances. And generally speaking, I want to go through with what I've said in 2021, and that is not to buy so many fragrances. However, a big disclaimer here, you will see more than one haul during the year, but the fragrances that are in this haul are actually fragrances that I bought last year. So if I buy any new fragrance and I add it this year to my haul, I will tell you about it. Now let's go to makeup. And definitely in 2020, I was on the hunt for the best mascara and also bronzer. And it was on my wish list. And my wish list for 2021 was to stop buying so much mascara. Did I? No. Anyway, I did not stop because I didn't find the mascara for me still. When it comes to bronzers, I think I have enough. I have almost all of the very hyped up bronzers out there. I had on my wish list the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, which is now in my collection, which, by the way, I love the formula. Formula is amazing, not so much the color. Then we have the Fenty Cream, and that one practically I did buy, but also there was something wrong with the shipment and they just cancelled the order. I don't know, now that I have the Huda Beauty and Tom Ford and all these, I think that I'm going to test the Fenty one. Then I decided that 2021 was the year to find the best foundation. And that I definitely did. I've tested about 10 foundations in 2021. Did I find my perfect one? No, still the foundations that I liked before are still my favorite one, and that is Luminous Silk from Armani Privé, and from the drugstore, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. These two are my holy grail, and nothing can come close to them. Although I did enjoy very much, and it's one of my best discoveries last year, the Bare Minerals Mineral Foundation. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. It just takes too much time to apply. Anyway, then I said that I want to buy the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. That I definitely did, and that one is just the best in my opinion. I love that powder. Then the Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Powder. I don't know now the name. I will write it here. And that one I already bought, but still I love Laura Mercier more. I also wanted to buy from Charlotte Tilbury the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Love that product. I bought it and I fell in love. This is an amazing product. Just beautiful. It just gives the skin this very sophisticated lit from within look. Amazing product. I wanted also to buy the contour wand. That one I did not buy. And since I have so many bronzers, I don't know. But yeah, for contour I don't have much. So this one may or may not go on my wish list for 2022. Then I wanted to buy practically some brushes that I bought all of. So a brush for under the eye, and a highlighter brush, and a smudge brush, and a lip brush. All of that I have already. And I would say when it comes to brushes, I don't want to buy any anymore. For my type of use, I have too many brushes. So that were the things that I had in my wish list last year. So let's talk about what I want to buy this year. Do I have any quests? No. Finally, I am over it. I'm not going on a quest for anything. I will maybe test some products here and there, but I'm not going to pick a category and just go and buy everything and test everything in that category. So I would say when it comes to makeup, I have some products that I want to test, mainly from Tom Ford's the cream eyeshadow. Because I really enjoy cream eyeshadows. I love the Eyes to Mesmerize from Charlotte Tilbury. I also want to buy from Charlotte Tilbury the Nude Gasm, I think, I don't remember the name, as the palette that comes with a contour and bronzer, a blush and a highlighter. That one looks really good, and I really enjoy Charlotte Tilbury products in general. Let's speak, not all of them, but generally speaking, the majority of them. There are still two foundations that I really want to try, and that is the NARS Sheer Glow and the new foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. These two are maybe foundations that I wanted to try. For mascara, I still have two mascaras that are on my wish list that I did not buy, but I'm not sure that I will, because I still have some that I did not try yet. The Benefit Roller, Lash Roller, I don't know, I will write the name here, and the Climax mascara from NARS. These two I wanted to try for the longest time, but I'm not sure if I will buy them. Then I have some lipsticks, and definitely I have too many lipsticks in my collection, but I really want to buy the Givenchy the Sheer Velvet formula in Rouge Infusé, and it's a color that I don't have in my collection at all. So I am justifying buying that lipstick because of that. Other formulas that I want to try are Gucci lipsticks, the long one. I have two colors that I will write here that I am eyeing, and I am not sure if I will buy. And another lipstick that I wanted to buy is from Huda Beauty in Buttercup. That one just screams Noura to me. I really want to buy that one. And yeah, I want to buy the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched cream that everybody raves about, and I've never tried, so that one is also on my wish list. And that's it for makeup. Now let's get to what is actually the most important part, and these are life changes that I want to do, or habits that I want to acquire in 2022. So unfortunately, when it comes to this category, I did not well in 2021. So I wanted to return to yoga and I did not. And it pains me so much because I love yoga. I have been practicing yoga, I don't know, 6 years, even more. I mean, 6 years continuously. I have started practicing yoga since I was in college. And just before COVID hit, I was practicing yoga daily for 6 years. But then the pandemic happened. And yeah, everything changed. At the beginning, I maintained my routine, but then everything is disrupted. And also because of YouTube, it does consume a lot of my time. So I still can't figure out a way to squeeze in yoga. So that is one of the goals of 2022. I have to return to it. My body is craving it because I feel better when I do it. Anyway, I also had the goal to return to read. Uh, 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 uh. No, I did read a little bit, but definitely I did not return to my previous days where I read a lot. I was quite a nerd. I have a big library in Egypt and also here actually, but it's in the garage because I have no space here. But anyway, so that part I am on the fence if I should include in my goals because honestly, I have so much time, and if I have to choose between yoga and reading, I will go with yoga. So if I can squeeze in also reading, it will be great, but I don't think that practically I have that time. Then I said I want to exercise, and that happened, yes and no. I did exercise when the gyms were open, and every time there is a lockdown, I did not exercise at home. Also, this category, although exercising is very important and I recognize it, but again, if I have the time and I have to choose between yoga and exercising, I will go with yoga. Then I wanted to have the habit to sleep early and wake up early, and that happened, yes and no again. I maintained the routine to go to sleep early and wake up early in the days where I am not stressed with YouTube and I have to edit and you know, and this is still the situation. So I am giving myself a pass here. I will try to do it, but still editing a video and uploading it is more important to me. You know, I also had the goal to quit sweets and sugar. I did cut sugar way back, maybe 3 years ago. I quit all kinds of sugar in my diet for 2 months. And I was actually surprised that I went through it. But then I returned, and since then I just can't. Mainly because I am so stressed, and the idea of struggling with myself not to eat sweets or limit my diet in any way is an added stress. So although I would love to do that, but practically this is not one of my goals in 2022. What I do have on my goals for 2022 when it comes to habits and life changes is to quit coffee. I definitely have to do that because of my health issues. And the biggest goal I would say in 2022 for me is to organize my time. I want to have a schedule, a routine that I can follow. And in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I have no routine and no schedule. So definitely putting a routine will help me to focus and do more. And the last goal that I want to add is to return to meditation. I started meditation in 2020 and it really changed my life. And it definitely gave me more focus and inner peace in a way. And I want to return to that. So yoga, meditation, get over my coffee addiction, and organize my time. These would be the goals that I want to implement in 2022. So that was my wish list and my goals for 2022. Please tell me in the comments down below what is the goal that you have already achieved in 2021 and the one that you want to achieve in 2022. So I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumb up, consider subscribing to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!